Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video in what I hope to be a series. This is a new video on what I listened to this month, throughout the month of June. I have a couple of rules here. These are not any albums that have released this year. So like in the year of 2022, of course I listen to them for my own reviews, but here, this is what I listened to for the first time in my own free time. There's about like 25 albums here, so I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time on each and every one. But hey, this, most of these I actually recommend you listen to. I'll let you know which ones that I don't recommend you listening to. But hey, let's get right into it. With Stove God Cooks, entirely produced by Rock Marciano, we have Reasonable Drought. This is this is gonna be fun. Okay, you are gonna know that this is not gonna be edited, and I'm gonna stutter a lot. So, Stove God Cooks was recently signed to Griselda Records. Uh, this is a very good debut album for him. Love the production. He's funny as hell on here, and I really think that this is a damn good debut album. At least I think it's a debut album. So, yeah. There's that. I think you should really listen to it. Alright, the next one. This is a weird one. The Emily Montez album. So, the story behind this is, apparently, there's some, like, 5-year-old out there that got access to, like, a microphone and just got a bunch of weird beats and started, like, saying stuff over them. It's mind-boggling. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's something you have to experience, and it was recently outed as not real. I'm not sure about the entire story, but this is still a very weird album if you're into more, like, abstract and left-field music. I feel like this is at least worth checking out, since an entire album is only 5 minutes. So, there you go. You have time right now, I bet you do. Alright, next we have Earl Sweatshirt Solus EP, or Solus. This is just sad. This is really sad. I did a separate bite-sized review on this, which I'll link below. And honestly, this shit is just sad. Like, I don't have anything else to say about it, but it's a very good project. This is a good midnight listen, I would say. Alright, now we have Tool. I'm diving into the Tool discography now. With Anima? I don't know how you say the combined A and E letter, but I'm gonna go with Anima. And there's a lot to take in. I mean, like, putting math equations into your music, it's something cool. And I'm also just realizing, looking at the cover art, those are eyes. I never put that together when I was looking at the cover on my phone. But hey, it's an interesting first dive into Tool. I'm probably gonna listen to most of them at some point. Alright. Next, we have Shinsei Kamitachan with Child's Medical Record. I've been getting into Japanese rock, or J-rock, recently, and I would say this was the damn near perfect introduction to it. It was loud, it was catchy, and that's really all I need some rock albums to be at this point. But hey, it was very well done, and I would also recommend that to you. Alright, next we have the 6ix9ine Day 6ix9ine. I was not a fan of this. I decided to listen to it because I just realized I hadn't listened to it. But hey, I did it. It's just 6ix9ine. What else can I say? It's shit. Alright, next up is a big one. Metallica with Saint Anger. Pretty much, mainly fully hated album. And I guess I'm in that crowd too. I didn't like this. I think the drums are terrible. Of course, it's become like a full-on joke now. It's sort of like Jar Jar to Star Wars. The drums make it enjoyable to some people. But I literally think this is just a Metallica album that made sure to not break them up. Just plain and simple. Yeah. it's an album that exists. Alright, Chief Keef, Back from the Dead mixtape. I'm also going to dive into Chief Keef. I haven't heard much of his stuff, and I also think this was a good introduction to him. I like the beats on here. I love the production on here. I think Chief Keef himself, he's cool. I don't really have much else to say about it. But hey, I feel like this was a good introduction to Chief Keef. I feel like that's going to be a lot of what I say for these newer artists. Alright, Sufjan Stevens. The Age of Ads. I think that's how you say it. This wasn't my favorite Sufjan Stevens album. I really think that he's just done these ideas better on other albums. If you are a fan of Sufjan Stevens, or if you want to get into him, I would say don't skip out on this, but I think Carrie and Lowell and Illinois is pretty much better than this. Alright, we have a 38 Special and Big Ghost Limited, a bullet for every heathen. Yes, that is the name. Okay. Yeah, Big Ghost Limited is slowly becoming a damn good producer in my mind. And especially after his albums with Conway, I had to look into the other projects he's been involved in. And this was one of them, and I actually really dug it. Although I preferred the production more on 38 Special. Just, he didn't do anything to me as a rapper. But I really liked it. I really liked this. Alright, the next one. Believe it or not, I have completed my entire discography listen of My Chemical Romance with Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. Yeah, I got that. No, I would say, though, out of the ones I've heard, this is probably my least favorite MCR album. Not to say it's bad by any means, but, like, when you have other albums out there, like The Black Parade, and all the other ones, quite frankly, they can't remember another one of the albums. But hey, it's still good. Not really gonna come back to it though. All right, we have now with Vinnie Paz's album, "Burn Everything That Bears Your Name." I don't have any clue who Vinnie Paz is. I only listened to this for the cover art, and honestly, this was great. I loved Vinny's voice and flow. The beats on here were really good too. I think his writing was just okay, although he had quite a few great lines on here. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna. This is definitely inclining me to check out more of his stuff. All right, well, I forgot I put in this picture, but yeah, I finally listened to the Blue album. I finally listened to Weezer Blue album. And it's fine. I don't know if that's a hot take in the Weezer community, but I think it's fine. Like, it's not the greatest thing I've ever heard. Hell, I think like OK Human is better than Blue album. Like, burn me up the stake for that one, but that is literally what I think. Okay. Next one is the Sunday Service Choir album, or EP I should say, Emmanuel. The Sunday Service Choir is a Kanye's choir, and one of the only redeeming qualities of the Jesus is King album is the choir elements and the gospel elements, so I decided to check out more of their stuff, and I actually like this a lot. Gospel music and choir music isn't really my thing, but I really did enjoy this, and I'm gonna have to listen to the other project they put out, which I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. Alright, now we have Grimes with Miss Anthropocene, with honestly a murderer's row of cover arts. I decided to pick the one that was best, and it was this one. But at least compared to Visions and Genesis and Art Angels, this didn't do anything for me. And I know that Grimes has actively come out and said, like, oh, all my other music sucked, which just is sad, you know? Because I think Art Angels is one of the best, like, electronic albums of the 2010s. But, yeah, I just wish this was better. I mean, I would say it is better than most of the stuff she's been doing recently. But hey, I hold out hope for her next project. Alright, I'm also getting into Oasis now, with What's the Story, Morning Glory. And I thought this was pretty good. I can't remember off the top of my head if this is their first or second album, because I don't really know discographies like that anymore. But I actually really did enjoy this. Of course, you know, it has all the funny songs. But hey, I really did enjoy this. That's really all I have to say about it. It's very much of its time. You could tell, like even when I heard the remastered versions, 'cause that's what's on Apple Music. Uh, you can tell that that it came out in the '90s. Hopefully, it came out in the '90s because I'm not gonna check that. All right. Next, we have Ghost with Meliora or Meliora. I never really learned how to say the album name, but I'm getting more in the metal in general now, and I actually really did like this. It was up my alley for what I my personal preference of metal music, along with like a little bit of death metal and also some like atmospheric black metal as well. But also this one's up my alley too. I like this. Okay, we have a Marshmallow Mixtape, Shockwave, and honestly, I was just morbidly curious with this. I probably wasn't gonna listen to it, but here I am. I got one song out of it that I like, so I guess that's good. But like, this is really not my thing anymore. This was just my curiosity getting the best of me. Alright, the next one is the Untitled Nas Album. I'm getting more Nas's discography as well, because I haven't heard a lot of that, like, middle period, because of course I've heard Illmatic, and also his newer stuff, and this I just haven't heard, so I decided to dive into it, and it was fine. Again, I bet the whole thing is like, oh, the production's not that great, but as Nas has said, you come to me for the lyrics, not the beats, so what are you gonna do about it? Alright, next one. Chris Brown's Indigo. Only reason why I listened to this was because apparently he dropped another album a little while back, and I did listen to it. It's not very good. It's way too long, and that's the exact same thing I have with this. Whatever compelled Chris Brown to do like hour and 40-minute albums now, like his past 3 albums have been super fucking long. And quite frankly, I just don't like it. It's too much Chris Brown. Alright, the Black Dahlia murder with Nightbringers. Quite frankly, I am a little late to the party on this. I heard Verminous a couple months back, and I did like it. But then, I pretty much had the rest of their music on the back burner. But it's sad for me to say that the thing that motivated me was the lead singer Trevor Sternad suddenly passed away a little while ago, and I decided that I feel like now should be the time to try and dive into their work, and I did like Nightbringers. This is more kind of like the melodic death metal that I enjoy, and also rest in peace Trevor. He was very good at what he did. Alright, next up we have King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which I have been diving into quite a bit. I only have a couple albums left in their discography to listen to, with Murder of the Universe. And I really did enjoy this album. It's much more conceptual, and this is the kind of music and rock that it seemed better on paper. This album really seemed better on paper. I got the Lord of Lightning out of it, and I really did like that song. But this is one of the weaker King Giz albums to me. Although it's not bad by any means, just a little lower in my ranking. Alright, next we have Billy Idol's Cyberpunk, which, with an ugly, ugly ass album cover. But, this didn't do anything for me. I did not think this was that good. I fully understand what Billy Idol was trying to go for, with like the technologic edge and using computers now, and I just don't think this has aged well at all. Like, it's aged terribly. That's all I got for it. Like, I don't recommend this. Alright, now we have Linkin Park's 1,000 Suns. Again, I'm diving into Linkin Park's discography. I haven't heard much of them, but this is the first one I decided to take a stab at, and honestly, I fucking loved this. I think I loved it so much that I don't think any other Linkin Park album's gonna top it, because I liked the vibe they were going for. I assume it's very different from what else Linkin Park has put out other than One More Light, but I really did enjoy the direction they took with this, and I was not expecting them to go in a more electronic direction with it, and I really enjoyed it. Just plain and simple. I enjoyed it. And now, for the last album. This is more of a joke album. I listened to this, like, yesterday, and the Poop Shitters is a novelty album, and it's all jazz, but like MIDI jazz, like not real good jazz versions of the Undertale soundtrack. And it's funny. It's not very good, but it is very funny, and it's a very good ironic listen. And if you like funny novelty music, I think this should be up your area. Alright, and that's it. That's it for what I listened to. I guess I should say, like, what my least favorite and my favorite was out of this list. So, I guess, like, the crown of June 2022, I guess that would go to, 1,000 Suns by Linkin Park. That, I was really surprised by it, and I just feel like, yeah, it's one that I've returned to a lot, and I really do enjoy it. And I guess least favorite's gonna be a tie between a three-way tie, actually, between Billy Idol's Cyberpunk, the 6ix9ine mixtape, and the Chris Brown album, Indigo. That's my thoughts. I'm gonna have another video of this at the end of next month, and I will catch you in the next video. Also, I messed up the order. What did you think of this list? Are you gonna think of listening to any of these albums? Also, just let me know if you listened to any of these albums in the comments below, if you liked them or you didn't, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.